No sound? Somebody said no sound. I just played the sound. I can hear it. Sound? Somebody said no sound. I think it's your connection. I can hear the sound. Good evening, folks. Welcome back. It's a knackered night. I am knackered. It's been a long day, and especially along the past few hours. Oof, man, what a painful evening it's been in so many respects. It makes me glad that although I had a bizarre childhood, I was raised with manners and taught to respect people, particularly people in authority. But there's abusive people in this world. But anyway, that's what we get paid for, right? We haven't paid anything for it. But anyway, welcome back, folks. Good evening. So who's here in the chat tonight? Oh, Renell loves a haircut. That's a couple days old now, but we had trouble last night. By the way, so I tested the internet before I set this up because I just got back like 15 minutes ago. Well, 25 minutes ago, maybe a half hour. So I tested the internet. It was 40 megabytes per second upload. Then last night it was 300 kilobytes. So go figure. I haven't changed anything. They tried to tell me, oh, it's your computer, it's your equipment, it's your... No, it's not. It's not. It's your network that's a problem, and you're not being honest. Suddenly tonight I'm getting faster speeds than I've ever gotten. Funny how that happens. Anyway, man, I still ordered a new LAN cable, so that's fine. They've really, I mean, the one I have is like 20 years old. I got it from the Army and Air Force Exchange years ago because my computer was so far away from the router, and I'm up the stairs and like a 50-foot one, so what's that, 20 meters? So I bought a new one. It's coming tomorrow, or no, Saturday. Comes Saturday. Today's almost Friday, so it comes Saturday. All right, so good news. I might be able to do these streams that I was planning on doing. So today was the 11th. I didn't get to do this because I had to do my stream earlier on my phone. So that's a star. Got a star there. Okay, that's the first one. Set up the Christmas trees, the Veterans Organization tonight. That was a mess. I had a really great group of folks who helped out, who helped get the... so that's a snowman. They helped get the tree that was all messed up put kind of back together, and then got the lights working, which is amazing. They really put some yeoman's effort in. That was amazing. They did a great job on it. Their patience is impeccable. I didn't have that kind of patience, but I put the other tree together. We put it together, so, and straightened it out. So we have two trees there. All right. Where are you hiding, number 11? Oh, here it is down here. Number 11. It's a heart again. I'm not really impressed with the Kinder Chocolate one. It's got like nougat or something. It's nuts. Doesn't. Anyway, so I guess you got a nut allergy. That'd be a problem. Anyway, say hello to everybody here. We got Konrad Heldenhuis. We got Nadine Freya Dutoy. DTES6WS, whatever the heck that means. Confusing. We've got Philip Holtz, Petrus von der Linde, Thing of Nouns, Louva Eve, Francois Fenter, Rebecca Angelique, Sandra Babyface, Charles Edward Cook, CMM, Chris Cryptologic Mission Management is a program I used to be responsible for, Sharpain Peacock, Andrew Knoll, Zay Martinez, Kevin, Philip Holtz. I was thinking last night. Okay, gotcha. Okay, Sandra. Okay, who else got? Tinky Keiser, welcomes up. Welcome. How's things? Ronel Henrico, okay. Delmarie Chesigi, Carlos Freda, welcome, Carlos CBB. Who else? CBB is an OG, way back OG there, way back OG from the very beginning. One of the best friends of the program and a nice friend of mine. Really nice person, very generous with their time and with their resources. Mental Chewing Gum, Wimpy Cohn, Fluffy Navel, Adrian Frick, Arnie Brands, Anthony Naudia, and Ingrid's Inspirations. Good evening, Ingrid. How are you? Good evening. Still not drinking the Frappuccinos. It's now been the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. A whole week that I could have had a Frappuccino, and I haven't had one. Do you realize that, guys? I haven't had a Frappuccino in the week, so that's 5 weeks without one. Anyway, so there's a Easter egg in the background, if anybody can see it. You can figure it out. It's a little hard to pick up, but it's there. There's an Easter egg back there. If you guys want to check it out, let me check the sound again. An Easter egg back there. Oh, yeah, it sounds great. It sounds dead sexy. Oh, I'm too sexy for my cat. How about you guys? Anybody too sexy for their cat? I mean, that's kind of a strange thing to be too sexy for your cat, isn't it? I mean, why would you want to be sexy for your cat? I don't know. Right, said Fred. That was their deal. That was their deal. All right. What do we got here? I'm just looking to see if there's any news that is worth talking about. All right, so Ramaphosa doubles down, says ANC will steer the national health insurance and the broad-based black economic empowerment. Yep. And Kanana Hunter says the ANC knows why it's dying. It must not forget why. That's curious. I'd like to see what they've got to say. Curious to see what she's got to say. So this should be an op-ed. It is. It's listed under the opinion, so I'll give him credit for that. A decade in politics lifetime. This week, the ANC gathered for its National General Council. It felt as though the party was finally forced to look in the mirror and confront an unvarnished image of itself. The shock was visible. The discomfort was real. President Ramaphosa opened the meeting with a stark warning of renewal or death. By the final day, the ANC National Executive Committee member David Makura distilled the mood even further and said the NGC could be summed up as renew or perish. There was no attempt to disguise the anxiety running through the leadership. Over 4 days of nervous trepidation hung over the proceedings. It was the look of a movement trying to keep its composure while staring directly at the coming storm. It feels both unavoidable and self-created. It is a paralysis that comes from recognizing danger too late. ANC seems suspended between the fear of what it is becoming and the inability to move decisively enough to stop it. Why does this moment take me back 10 years? The last time the ANC held an NGC was 2015 at the height of the state capture era. It was the time of the Premier League and culture of arrogance so thick it was almost suffocating. Those meetings were not about introspection, not even close. They were about power and comrades drunk on patronage. Whenever journalists point out the obvious signs, well, that's no different today. The obvious signs of decline, we were dismissed with the familiar flippant line that the ANC has a good story to tell. The death of the ANC was, in those days, treated as an unthinkable idea. State capture was unfolding in plain sight, yet the leadership behaved as though the party was immortal. The devastation of the Zuma years were never the work of just one man or a handful of cronies. It was a group project that involved different layers of organizations enabling, shielding, and participating in the collapse of the state. That is why a conversation I had this week with ANC National Chairperson Gwede Mantashe stayed with me. Mantashe announced he would retire from leadership in 2027. He told me that his legacy would be rescuing the ANC from the destruction of the Zuma era. Mantashe has been in the top structure for 18 years, and in his view, the public does not appreciate how hard the internal battles were. According to him, the leadership fought every day to pull the organization back from the brink of Jacob Zuma's destruction. What he did not reflect on was the lack of accountability for those same years when the ANC placed party interest above the country. Zuma was not the man of his own making. The results of that choice were visible everywhere. State institutions are weaker, governance is more fragile, public trust is lower. On almost every measurable indicator, the party and the country are worse off than when the renewal project began in 2017. This is why South Africans are justified in doubting whether the ANC can nurse itself back to health. It cannot. The party ignored the treatment when the disease was still in the early stages manageable. Now it insists that it can perform recovery when the illness has spread to the bloodstream. Still, Makura insists that renewal is finally being taken seriously. He points to the fact that the NGC was not dominated by succession battles. Delegates attended commissions. There was a level of discipline that had not always been present. In the world of ANC conferences, these are considered green shoots. And without question, the party was shaken by its election results. The message that the ANC will either renew or die has begun to settle among its members. The loss of power is no longer an abstract fear, it is a lived reality. But what are the actual evidence that renewal is happening? Makura gives 3 examples. The first is the number of NEC members who stepped aside. He presents this as proof of ethical accountability, yet the details complicate the narrative. Senzo Mkhuna stepped aside only after the public rejected his defiant speeches following allegations against him by Nkanda Mkwanazi. Let's not forget that he continues to earn his salary as a minister. Well, what about the former health minister? Dr. Zweli Mkhize. He's still getting a salary. He's a member of parliament, despite visual vibes. Malusi Gigaba stepped aside after being charged, but he still draws a salary as an MP. Tabang Makwetla stepped aside after being charged for a scandal that tainted the party for years. Former Speaker Nosisiwe Mampisa Nakola resigned when she was charged, but she had not been reelected to the NEC in any case. It's unclear how much choice these leaders had or whether the departures represent true renewal or simply management of embarrassment. The second example of renewal green shoots is political education. Makura said around 125,000 ANC members have gone through a foundational program. It's a positive step on its own, no doubt, but the value of political education is questioned when placed next to the situation in KZN. A 60-member task force team led by Jeff Radebe and Mike Mabukyakulu was created to rebuild the province. According to ANC Secretary Fikina Mabula, the task team achieved almost nothing. They admitted that they thought they had a Ferrari and discovered instead they were working with a Taz. ANC has suffered its worst electoral decline in its history, and KZN now sits at 18%, and they're losing that. And they're fighting each other. There are hardly functioning ANC structures in the province. The reason is not ideological. There's no power to access. For years, participation in ANC structures was driven by patronage. When the power dried up, so did the interest. And whatever little power is now left is the subject of intense fighting. It's as simple as that. The third example Makura cites is the center is holding. According to him, the party is more organized and disciplined. He argues that Mabula is enforcing coherence that did not exist before. This may be partly true, and there is a sense of order that was missing in earlier years. Yet the central problem remains. The ANC might have found its rhythm again, but the illness of this organization is already far advanced. The medication is simply too slow for the speed of the decline. The party can take daily walks to strengthen its heart, but if heart failure is imminent, the walks alone cannot save it. Renewal or death is a correct framing, but the ANC must recognize something even more uncomfortable. The cause of death is not external sabotage, it is deliberate self-harm. It is a result of choices made, warnings ignored. The mirror of the ANC face this week did not lie. The question is whether the party will finally change what it sees. Kanana Hunter. It's rare that I agree with things that Kanana Hunter says, but in this one she's pretty accurate. But the bottom line is the ANC will not be renewed. The ANC is on its deathbed. The fact that she has any confidence whatsoever and believes the ANC can be saved, I don't think she believes that, but I think she's even talking about saving it, shows that there's no hope. It's done. It's done. I don't know where Arctic is. He popped on yesterday or earlier tonight. I can't remember when it was. How did that news broadcast do? I went on with 4,000 views, even though it was only on for 42 minutes. It's crazy. 42 minutes. And last night was a mess, too. What a mess. Let me check my short from earlier. Let's see if that did anything. 6,000. Not great. Word of caution. Let's see what people had to say on the chat. People talking about my haircut. Having the patience to deal with these people. Well, I didn't have my patience tonight. I finally had enough. Finally had enough of some people's nonsense tonight. Oh, someone's thanking for the membership. It's because somebody paid for membership and they pick you at random. You're very welcome. Yeah, hit the like button, folks. Cost you nothing. But by the way, they've changed my studio. I saw this previously on my rugby channel, and now even my regular channel. They've got this. I don't like the way the studio is set up now. It's very distracting. I don't know why they do this. It takes more bandwidth too. Not happy about it. Anyway, but whatever. Nothing you can do about it. It's how it is. YouTube's always messing with things. Hey, CB, what's up? People saying hi. Fabian, what's going on? Smiley Russ, Art Queen, Anthony, Nadia. ANC is like any criminalization. 10% is legitimate business. What everyone else sees, like membership fees, donations, the other 90% is corruption, state capture. There you go. There you go. Those comments from the German ambassador that there is no persecution, extremely disheartening. People choosing to ignore what's right in front of them. Yeah, well, I'm sure he is ignoring what's right in front of him. What did you think of my video? Did you watch my video? Well, that has about 19,000 views on it. So, but I published it in the afternoon, so it was already 9 o'clock. So maybe it'll take off. It looks like it's starting to take off now. So hopefully it'll take off and have a big view. That's really lame of that German ambassador. Heidi Kruger says, looking snazzy. Well, thank you very much for that. Thank you. Thing of Nouns, 14 Rand Super Chat. The clouds are gathering. Last night's video caught you 5 o'clock this morning. Okay, cool. Thank you for liking it, Del Murray. And I see American veterans and senior citizens cross the border numbers to Mexico to see dentists. The U.S. too expensive for dentists. Yeah, dentists are expensive here. They are. My cleaning was $135 or something like that, or $140, and I got a 10% discount, so paid like $120 something. My root canal was $1,400. The crown I had to pay for, that was another several $100s. Yeah, dental care is not cheap, and I don't have dental insurance. I don't have dental care. I mean, these people who have these plans that we're subsidizing through the Obamacare and the Biden subsidies, they have dental care. I showed you the Amazon, because these guys were making this thing saying, that Twitter thing saying, the 37 of the 52, there were 59, and half of them were children who were minors. But 37 of the 52 were unemployed or something like that, and a couple of them worked in an Amazon warehouse. I'm like, what's wrong with the Amazon warehouse? It makes $17 an hour starting out with no skills, entry level, $17 an hour. The most I ever made starting out entry level with no skills was $3.35 an hour. Yeah, and the dollar isn't that much weaker. That's much more purchasing power, $17 than I had with $3.35. With $3.35, I couldn't buy a meal. With $17, I could buy a meal. Anyway, and then it came on top. You got paid vacation, you got college education, you got a 401k plan. Thank you for the $2. Where can I find your music? Well, In God We Trust. The one way that helps me the most is right here on YouTube. So you go to DJ Silver Eagle topic. I'll find it real quick. I'll show you. You can find it on Spotify too, but I don't make much money on Spotify. DJ Silver Eagle topic. Let me show you this. Anyway, so I've lost where I was track. Where's that now? Must not have been important. All right, so DJ Silver Eagle topic. Click on that. Well, that was a pretty cool banner for Morning Shot. Oh, he's on the Lotus Eaters. That's why. South Africa's doomed yet. You say so, man. DJ Silver Eagle topic. That's it right there. Here's the link. And I actually make money from this channel, folks. I mean, not a lot, but I make money. So here's all the songs. You can view all. There you go. That's a better way to do it. So there you go. So working without compensation, desperate in the Donbass, trash in the USA, Cyril's big blunder, shut down, G20 summit gone astray, no USA and RSA, wear a sign, Old Faithful, where were you? Grass is green. Look, they're all there. Penguins have knees. See all those. There's Sydney's jeans. All those songs there. So I'll show you what that means in just a second here. Interest full disclosure, I'm not exactly making tons of money, but here's the link to that. Dirk just gave 20 euros. Woo! So that's the music. You want to go listen to it. They're all there. But it's also on Spotify. Can we get another 10 super chats, folks? The Colonel puts an immense amount of effort into communicating the truth about our country. No, I do. Thank you very much for that, Dirk. And I do the same thing about my country. You know, the people who've driven us to the brink and undermine our Constitution, still living, jiving to the bugger off bunny. Yeah, the bugger off bunny is pretty good one. So I'm going to do my distro kid. Let me see. Yes, last time we looked, it was a total of $50. Let's see if any more's come in. Distro kid from people listening to my music. So go to the bank. All right. What do we got? It's still $50. It hasn't changed. $50. That's my royalties. So I break it down by service. Most of it's on Amazon, or I was on YouTube actually. So YouTube, 27, 58, and 586. So that's, yeah. So $34 of the $50 comes from YouTube. Yep, and the 6 cents comes from TikTok. 6 cents. Anyway, my music's on all those, and I got a bunch of songs I haven't even loaded up yet, folks. This, by the way, that's 2 or 3 months in arrears, the payment for that. Well, you say you got to crawl before you walk, but I know 2 people. My brother started a channel, and he's got, you know, he's doing pretty well. And a friend of mine in South Africa started a channel. He's getting hundreds of thousands of views. So, anyway. But he's using AI, and it's going over well. He's taking old songs and remixing them with AI, and so it's really popular. Yeah, so thank you, Celeste, Fed Up, South Africa, 14 Rand Super Chat. Thank you so much for that, along with the 20 euros from Dirk Kutsia. Thank you for that, Dirk. I really appreciate that, getting those clouds gathering. Really nice stuff there. Anyway, so how long have we been live? We've been live for 22 minutes, Quids, 22 minutes. Started 350 an hour many years ago. Ran 350. Okay, yeah, gotcha, Stephen Mortkia. What else we got here? Oh, Merlot, 35 rands. Colonel Chris Wyatt, you look smoking hot with the haircut. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. There'll be a little something extra in your stocking at Christmas time. And Martin Fundamental with a 14 rand super chat coming right in there. The clouds are gathering. I'm going to wear off the skin of my hands doing this cloud gathering thing. Thank you for the 14 rand. I do appreciate that. Yeah, so... earned $280 a month. Oh, my goodness. $280 a month today is nothing. Back then, it might have been something. Anyway, yeah. So let me just take a look and see if there's any news breaking here in the U.S. because I didn't prepare for news tonight. This is usually we chew the fat and talk and discuss things. I answer questions and the refugee things if you want to do that. What the heck is this? What else says intends to keep sees oil tanker, hits Maduro fan with new sanctions. Yeah, I saw Claire McCaskill, the senator, trying to mislead people, saying that, well, we can't just, we can't just seize the oil because, but Trump, he never goes to courts. What do you mean never goes to courts? He goes to courts all the time. He goes to courts all the time because 575 lawsuits the Department of Justice is handling this year because of leftists. So, and when the courts decide something, they follow it. Historically, they follow what the courts have told them. So just utter nonsense. Wow, 20 memberships coming through here. That's crazy. Thank you so much for that. Who paid for that? was Dirk. Well, Dirk, thank you so much for gifting those 20 memberships, man. That's awesome. There you go, guys. Congratulations to all the people who got the Sean Mendes. Sean, Sean, there's an OG. Sean, that dude has been around a while with the channel. So good to see the people. Vilma, good to see people been here for a long. Charles Van Onselen. Yep, I already said CB. So good to see you guys. Been around for such a long time. Oh, Mad Max has got something for me. What's this? What are we going to get? What's this going to do? All right, come on. Let's see what it breaks. Enoch Gondwana says the RSA delegation has been accredited to the USA. Yeah, I saw a message earlier on that, but it was from a site that doesn't have much credibility, M something TV. So I wanted to find more. This is ENCA now. He said they have been accredited to attend the G20 meetings in Miami. Thus, RSA will be taking a break until the UTA takes over. Well, we know that. That's not news. The news is that they don't have access to the meetings that take place on Monday in D.C. That's the news. That's it. It's blessed with a $1 bill. You have to keep it in my wallet. Well, that's awesome, Stephen. Keep it and hang on to it when you get here. You'll be able to buy nothing with $1, thanks to Joe Biden and his runaway inflation. Yeah, so let's see what Enoch Gondwana's got to say.
Go to America. Okay. I'm not accredited to go to the meeting. Okay. I still have a visa. I'm going to go to the IMF and World Bank meetings. Okay. But for the meeting of the Shepherds and the finance track, you are not there. I'm not accredited. Okay. Go to America.
He's correct. Yeah, so I'm not sure what that was all about. Is that supposed to be journalism? You're not going to America? He is going to America. He's attending World Bank meetings. Yep, Enoch Gondwana. Working on African time. Hey, faithful farmer, what's going on up in the Green Mountain State? They're taking a break. No, they've been told not. They're not welcome. Exactly. No, they've handled this so poorly. And I mean, I tried to get the message across and say, please don't do this, please don't. But they do it. They're arrogant. And all the things they accused Trump and Washington of are the things they're doing. It's so frustrating. I mean, I don't want to see South Africa suck. This is terrible. Anyway, I'm reading the comments on that. This is the person who proposed 2% VAT increase. Why is he still in that position? Oh my goodness. In Rama's closing speech, he spoke of foreign relations, naming many countries, but not U.S. Well, another insult. There's rumors another video about 70% of people leaving Saudi Arabia want to return. They are trying so desperately. Why in the world would people want to go back? 27,000 murders, no electricity, potholes, collapsed ports, collapsed rail, collapsed highways, home robberies, gender-based violence, racist laws preventing employment. I mean, why in the world would people want to go there? I love South Africa, but I mean, why would people want to come back to South Africa if they have a safe life elsewhere and they're making money? 70%. That's utter nonsense. There's no way. 70%. So 70% of the people leaving South Africa wanting to return. So is it people who've left South Africa or 70% of people getting on planes want to come back? Probably because most of them are going somewhere on business or vacation and coming back. Refugee interview last night. Very nice. He was almost tearful. You could see he was so tired. Yeah, he'd been here for a week too. Glad you watched. That's right. We had to record that offline because I didn't have the bandwidth. We tried to do it live, and I apologize for that, folks. But not much I can do about that. The internet was acting up. Now it's golden. But 5,000 people watched that, and it was a prepared video rather than a live one. So we went ahead and did it without the input and the questions I get from people. That we still managed to pull it off, which is pretty cool. We had 10,000. Oh, we're 9,999 views. Is that seriously? It's got to be 10,000. Come on. That can't be right. Okay, 7,500. That's after it was done. 7,500, 8,000. That's not right. All right, so let me go try that again. So the one I did in Colorado, that one I did on the 7th of December, so 5 days ago. That one says at 9,999 views. Let me see if that's 48 hours. Okay. No, it says 9,999. Can we get that to 10,000? Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, it just hit 10,000. Somebody hit it. Cool. All right, cool. But that one had 10,000. This one has 5,000, so half as many. But we're in a live, and people like to ask questions. So yeah. All right. So what was this? Let me see that view on YouTube. I'm trying to see what this one was because that must have been on my mobile. Let me see. I'll put it in mute and see what this was. It was a mute.
All the research, all the pages I did. Now, I can get it back, but when this...
Oh, that's when my computer crashed. That's what that was. That wasn't fun. Yep. All right. So, yeah. Guys, I have to tell you, I'm really grateful. I mean, my lives do pretty darn well. I mean, you know, it's 10,000, 5,000, 5,000, 3,000, 7,000, 5,000. There's some slower ones here. But, yeah, they really do well. So, Congressional Hearing Senator Kristi Noem earlier was disgusted with the way the Democrats treat her. I didn't see that. They're very well. I felt kind of that way tonight. Kind of felt that way tonight. Disrespectful and ungrateful. Yep. Democratic Traditional Affairs and Khoisan will be working together in land reforms. Department of Traditional Affairs they're going to give all the land back to them. That's the only way they should work with them. Hey, what's going on, Mike Caloides? Yeah, why would one come back? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So Newsroom Africa has a video saying people are coming back. Let's go check that out. I haven't seen that one. So the live is going well so far, Charles. Didn't go well this morning. Oh, my goodness, Sydney Sweeney. Are her breasts getting larger, or is it just me? Oh, my goodness. Newsroom Africa. Okay, here we go. Matrix paper leak. I covered that already. Okay. South Africans abroad are coming back. Really?
Amsterdam or even Toronto are choosing to come back home. Treatment Group DNA Employer of the Year, Employer of Record, sorry.
It could be the Employer of the
Who
Year.
knows, right? Says it has seen a 70% jump in South Africans wanting to return in the past year.
So it's known as reverse immigration. What is behind it? You know, is it the weather? Is it because of family? Could it be changes in global?
Davi Root is warning South Africans who have children. Watch Google. What am I watching Google for? Is it on Twitter? Wow. Yeah, so, okay, let's put that clear. The organization that helps people come back to South Africa says they've seen a 70% jump in people coming back. That's not exactly a 70% jump in South Africans wanting to come back to the country. That's a very much misleading statement there, to say the least. What the hell is that? Something. It must be ketchup for my... Okay. H-2B visa holders coming back for holidays. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So, yeah. Tim Pools claims that someone shot us up. No, I haven't seen that. I heard about it, but I haven't seen it. I didn't look into it. Sorry. I haven't had time. I've been busy. I've been tied up since 3 o'clock this afternoon until 11 o'clock tonight. Actually, I was tied up since about 2 o'clock because I left at 2 o'clock. So that's 10 hours. Yeah, 10 hours devoted. Propaganda against refugee program is definitely ramping up. On average, every adult leaving means an average $60,000 less in taxes per year to the corrupt government. Yep. Yeah, no red ketchup on my beard. No, I just found something on my mustache here, so I was like, what the heck is that? It must be ketchup from McDonald's. I ate McDonald's earlier. Ugh. Yeah, 70% of their business, which is maybe, a few. So let's say they helped 100 people relocate, and so now they have 170. It's more like they probably have 50 people relocate. Now they have 77. Yeah. So anyway, that's look. I mean, that's pure propaganda. That's a data point. It's not statistical. It's not reliable. Anyway. What's this say? You have a beautiful mission and strong heart. Those that attack you are dark souls with sinister motives. But it's opposition. In this opposition, in doing what you believe is right, that you become more convicted that you're on the right mission. I mean, convinced. Keep going, Colonel. Thank you for that, Mark Huberts. Appreciate those strong comments. Look, I sleep well. I don't worry about whether I mistreat people, because I don't mistreat people. I get mistreated by a lot of people, but you know what? A lot of people taking advantage of me. So, whatever. Life's fine. I have my needs met. I take care of myself. I got it good to go. Yeah, they're taxpayers. Exactly, Charles. Yes, they are, Fabian. They're trying to say South Africa's amazing. But it's not. It's a wonderful country. Amazing people, but it's not amazing. Any news about Colonel Tuzoya? No, I haven't talked to him this week. Is he missing in action? Thank you for your determination and patience to bring us the news. You're very welcome. I did get noticed and missed the entire live. Oh, you didn't get notified. Okay. Yeah, the haircut and beard trim are all the rage. Everyone's talking about it, but my forehead is exposed now. Her neighbor's only back for 2 or 3 months. They leave for USA again. He's working over there. There you go. German government is persecuting its own citizens by allowing uncontrolled. Yeah, well, not only that, Neil Yarborough, they're also persecuting the Alternative für Deutschland. So diese rechtlich liegende politische Partei, die Alternative für Deutschland, yeah, they're treating them as their terrorist. Dire Straits, the Boston edition. Colonel never sleeps. Yeah, well, I got to get some sleep tonight. I'll be interviewed by Biz News for Chris Den's final broadcast of the year. That's coming on Sunday, but I'll be interviewed tomorrow morning, and then I have to go off on my trip. Corporate farming will take over where small-scale farmers leave. My fear is China will enter the farm market more. Well, AI, good for now. Your fear is well-founded. The Chinese have been entering the farming market in Tanzania for many, many years. I met a white Zimbabwean in Malawi back in, when was that? 2009. 2009, I was in Lilongwe and getting some lunch, and I met a white Zimbabwean because I was wearing fatigues. He wanted to talk to me. He was curious about my fatigues. Came over, we chatted, and I ate a pizza, and we had some lunch, and he had been a farmer in Zimbabwe who purchased this land in the late 1980s, and his land was stolen from him. His life was threatened, so he fled, wound up living in Tanzania, and the Chinese had leased 100,000 hectares for a farm, and he was the farm manager. Yeah, the Chinese have been snapping up farmland all over Africa, Ethiopia less so, but they also done Ethiopia. But Tanzania, they're majorly in there, and they've been doing it for years. And they hire people who know what they're doing. Yep. Might be joining ICE with that sharp haircut. I was in France and Germany recently, and I was shocked as how many people still smoke in public. It's smoking public. No, it's not big in the U.S., Andrew. No, it's no, smoking is, I think, only about 16 or 18% of adults. Let me take a look. Percentage of adults who speak, percentage of ADULs who smoke in the USA. Okay, what do we get here? 11 to 12% is down to now. Well, I didn't know it was that low. 16 last time I looked. Percentage of adults who smoke in Canada, it's down to 12%, just like the US. So let's do this in Germany. Germany, it is 29%, almost 1 in 3. Yeah, see the difference? And we'll go with UK. I'm sure it's high in UK as well. UK, well, it's only 10.6%. That's crazy. Wow. That's lower than I thought. France has got to be high. 29% of France. Yep. Oh, here's a chart. Tells me all Europe. I don't have to look it up. Wow. There you go. I don't know how recent this is. It's 2017, so it's a little dated. Europe, 20% more is red, and black is 30%. France, Poland, Greece, Bulgaria, Croatia, Corsica, black. Germany, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Österreich, Czech, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Finland, 20% or more. The Low Countries, Belgium, the Benelux, and Denmark and UK, 10% or more. Sweden is the only country on here. They don't have Norway on here. Only country on here that has less than 10%. They're at 7%. In the U.S., it's 10% or less in most places, except for some Midwestern states and some Southern states. There you go. So that's 2017 when they said our population is 333 million. Imagine what it is now. It's probably 350 million now. It's U.S. population. So yeah, lots of smokers. Yeah, they smoke a lot in Europe. They do. You could still smoke in the Franz Josef Strauss Airport years ago when they opened. I was like, why are they smoking? It's such a beautiful airport. It's ruining it. SARS is giving away the fact that South is bankrupt with these actions. What actions are those, Dirk? Or Conrad? What is Bill Gates planning on buying up so much land? It's a good question. I like an Obi Kenobi now. These are not the droids you're looking for. Not many Brits left UK, so I did not expect their smokers to be high. Maybe. SARS has definitely become very aggressive. We informed the Reserve Bank we were moving our firms to the U.S., and within 72 hours, all 3 of our firms, the majority of our private clients, received audit notices from SARS. Yep. Thank you for the 20 rand, the 20 euros. Thank you for the 20 euros. It's very kind of you, Dirk Kutsia. Yeah, that's pretty quick. That's quick. 72 hours. Plenty of Chinese in Namibia. I haven't seen a lot of Chinese in Namibia. I know they're there. They were in Botswana years ago to build a railroad, and then they left after they knocked up a bunch of the Bushmen. Yep. Smoking tobacco is seen worse than smoking marijuana in America. It depends. Generation. Nothing wrong with forehead, just a gravel running across. Gravel road running across. Well, thank you for that, Bonnie. Any snow in New York for Christmas this year? Possibly. I mean, certainly up in the Hudson Valley. You go up the north there to Lake Placid. There'll be some snow probably. Do you know how I can contact arriving South African refugees for job offerings? I'm an Afrikaner, married to an American 35 years. I don't understand what you're asking me, Verena. Are you asking if you have jobs available for arriving refugees? The problem is they're put in a certain place. I mean, unless you're a nationwide employer, it's not going to be able to help, or they can work remotely. Is that what you're getting at? If you tell me what we're on about here, I can potentially try to link you with some of these folks. I'll let them know that you're offering, if that's the case. We have jobs available, but you gave me a question mark, so I'm lost. I'm not sure what you're asking me. Bill Gates is likely planning to farm insects to use as protein. Oh, that's gross. Yeah, whatever Bill Gates is up to is not good. That's I think that's a given. It's a given. His crappy software has caused me so many problems, and I'm not the only person. Lots of people. Sorry, hang on a second. Oh boy, yeah. So. Sorry. All right, so suspect human trafficking operation that disrupted our Tambo BMA officials except 14 Ethiopians. Wow, that's crazy.
Morning, suspected human trafficking operation has been disrupted at our Tambo International Airport.
Yeah, the Border Management Authority officials intercepted 14 Ethiopian nationals on arrival in the country yesterday.
This followed their analysis of passenger details which flagged their movement pattern as suspicious.
In a separate incident, 16 Bangladeshi men were stopped after officials detected fraudulent visas and behavior consistent with trafficking-linked irregular travel.
U.S. is correct in putting South human trafficking last watch list. Oh, that's what you were saying. I got it now. Okay, cool. Didn't get that at first. 20 rand each cigarette in UK. Yeah, they're not cheap. Faithful Farmer says won't eat the bugs. Neither will I. Definitely comes across as intimidation as well, squeezing the productive sector to give to the corrupt private sector. Gotcha. Okay. Good night, Adrian. Grüezi und servus. Schlaf gut. Yeah, so much money's going up with smoke, and smoking is so very destructive, and so many people's health really horrible. Both my two brothers passed before they were 60, and their diseases started in their lungs. Yeah, no, smoking is a bad habit, but it's been going on for centuries. He expelled the king from the EFF following his visit. We just met with him, and he said it was okay. Can he make up his mind? Yeah. Well, that's because Julius got lambasted for supporting the king. I guess he's going to back off now because he's a coward. Doesn't surprise me. It's Malema. He's not the sharpest tool in the wood, to say the least. The video I did yesterday is slowed down now, which is unfortunate. I hoped it would keep going. Yeah, I'm only getting about 300 or 400 per hour. We should pick back up again. But that's the video I did about Kennedy. South Africa's our enemy. I really wish they would promote these videos more. Love to see that do well. But, we persevere. So I've been able to look at my stats all day because we had a good earlier part of the day because of the videos I did. And see something here real quick. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, we have about 25 there. Okay, cool. Joe Smiley was expelled. King Bulaleke. Yeah, so it says the no smokers that consume loads of cancer-inducing sugar. Cancer-inducing sugar. You have no evidence of that. You have no evidence of that. You have evidence of tar in your lungs. We certainly have that. You smoked for 30 years now. Your lung X-rays with medicals was perfect, except for George. Oh gosh, what's his name? George Burns. George Burns smoked into his 90s cigars every day. I don't know what that means, you know. Lots of flooding in Washington State. Okay. Didn't know that. That's crazy. Just Ainer, what's going on? Loads of sugar. Hey, Godrinze, saw you again earlier today. That was great to see you, man. There's an old timer there, an OG from the channel. Been a long time with the program. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, that was so frustrating last night. I apologize for that internet brouhaha. I didn't get to bed till late because of that. What a mess. I did get my automobile club bill today, $167 for the year. I paid that. So if I break down, I get a tow. Yep. Smoking doesn't cause scarring, which what they're looking for. TB causes scarring. That is correct, Napoleon. That is correct. No, Kathy, it's fine. Don't worry about becoming late. Just enjoy the show. Enjoy the interview. The interview with Matt DeBeer. Is that the one you're talking about? Yep. So people didn't get a chance to ask Matt questions because I couldn't do it live. So the irony is I had enough bandwidth to interview him, but not enough to stream. So we tried to stream it, just fell apart. So I took it down. The traditional monarchs in South, they have any function? Yeah, they take money from taxpayers. Yeah, the Kabaka Buganda. That's correct. Oh, yeah. So, yes, with Matt. Okay, Josiane, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's good. I'm sure he'll be glad to hear that. That was pretty cool. So, I was a little frustrated because we had the stream set up and then it wasn't getting through enough, so I had to cancel it. And then, of course, people were looking for that broadcast, which is frustrating. Oh, sorry. A bit knackered. So, smoking is bad. Nicotine is a wonder drug. Cured COVID. I suppose you say so. Oh, that's weird. What's going on here? All right, this is crazy. So Michigan football coach Sharon Moore was offing himself condition. Sharon Moore, the lauded head coach of University of Michigan's storied football program, threw away his $30 million career after his affair with his assistant came to light and culminated in his stunning arrest for alleged assault. The 39-year-old married dad of 3 promising career came to crashing end Wednesday. He was booted as Michigan's head coach that afternoon, and within the same hour, he was busted on criminal charge for allegedly breaking into the home of his executive assistant, Paige Shiver, with a knife in hand. Moore, the first black coach in Michigan history, is now cooling his heels in Washtenaw County Jail on suspicion of assault. That's the coach, and that's the girl that apparently he was diddling. Wow. Shocking news comes just days after Moore had spoken with reporters as the number 18 ranked Wolverines began to prepare for the Citrus Bowl later this month and caught the college football world by surprise. Stunning developments included Moore was reported to be ready to off himself and had a knife after he went to her apartment following his firing. He remained in jail Thursday with a first court appearance scheduled for Friday. Shriver, 32, was given a 55% raise to $90,000 last year. The university previously investigated claims of his inappropriate relationship with a staffer, but he denied it. He was fired when the staffer came forward with evidence of the affair after he axed her, according to claims. Michigan football insiders reported that Moore had been acting strange, berating assistant coaches. A female caller reported to 911 dispatch that Moore was armed with a knife and stalking her for months. A male location is attacking her, said he's been stalking her for months. Wow. Look at that. That's his wife. So he's got a thing for the ladies. That's the girl he's been diddling. And that's his wife. But America's systemically racist, please. The audio also indicated Moore had threatened to harm himself during an alleged exchange, after which he fled on foot and was arrested at a nearby church. The dispatcher said the caller reported Moore had brandished a knife before throwing down the weapon and running away. Jeez. So there she is in an Instagram photo. Yep, there he is with his wife again. Wow, so that's crazy. Hank Adrian says, while I was busy helping for the clouds to gather, the stream went rogue, so maybe not this time. Yeah, it did work this time. Dirk says college football in the U.S. is insane. Pressure on coaches and student players are off the charts, more tribal than the NFL, or at least that's how I experienced it. You did experience it correctly. It's like that. I think my saving grace was they drained and cleaned my lungs when I was laying in hospital over 3 months and drained my lungs 4 times during my stay. Oof. So, but he wasn't very mentally stable before that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, why did they hire him? Why was he hired if he was unstable? That's a good question, isn't it? Trump will never decide to go with South Africa. I agree. Yeah, there are numerous subject matter experts or small to medium-sized enterprises who have decided to close down because of how aggressive SARS has become. Nothing to hide but the burden of dealing with SARS too much. Yeah, it's a burdensome. Burdensome regulation causes business to just fold up their tent. You really had a bad day, Colonel. Hope you get some quality rest tomorrow. Well, I won't get rest tomorrow. I've got lots of driving tomorrow. So, Kathy thought the interview with Matt went well. Yep. I can't do without your fix. All right. So, thank you for the super chat, Hank. Good to see you back, man. News 24, Ron Post doubles down NC vows to steer. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. So, I found that. Where's that at now? Found that story earlier. Ramaphosa doubles down ANC vows to steer NHI and BE despite mounting debate. The ANC has reaffirmed its commitment to transformation policies with its 5th National General Council declaring the party will forge ahead with the implementation of the National Health Insurance Act and not abandon black economic empowerment. ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa addressed any lingering uncertainty during his closing remarks at the Birchwood Hotel in Boksburg, Ekurhuleni. Well, these are just 2 of the ANC-turned government policies that are at the center of policy misalignment between the ANC and the DA. So, will the DA leave the party now? No, they won't. Should they leave it? Yes, they should. Yep, so I should do a video on that. Yep, what's with my mail? There's a weird-looking font here. That's an ad. I don't want to sell my home. Give me advice on how to sell my home. I'm busy paying it down. Huh. Sorry, folks. I'm just looking for something here since I pulled that open. Oh, boy. So Ramaphosa doubles down. Doesn't surprise me. ANC doesn't learn. Kanana Hunter was on the money. They don't learn. They're not learning from the mistakes. They are not very popular, and they just can't believe it, and they can't let go. And who presided over this less than 1% GDP growth annually? Who presided over it? Cyril Ramaphosa. That's the guy who presided over this anemic economic growth. Big concern. Please, can someone advise me? We as a family are through a whole process. My son, 20 years old, he was 21 January. Does he now get thrown off? No, he shouldn't. No, Cindy, if they started the case with him and he was underage, he should be fine. Should be fine. Who has a beautiful wife? The football coach? The girl he was diddling was pretty hot, too. I don't know if answer it back to me. Heard he's in the States. Someone told me. Let me see. No, haven't heard from him. Not unusual. Google must have heard you talk about the wiring in your house the other day, Colonel, and now it thinks you want to sell. Could be. Daimon Vilni Opni. Gino won't leave because Johnny loves his new lifestyle. See the Western Province documentary on... No. I haven't seen it. I heard people talk about it. Hey, Paul Stapler, what's up? Joy Thrond, how's it going? Did you see the trial of Charlie Kirk killer is going to be televised? No, I didn't see that. That's crazy. Jingle Bells racist. What? Jingle Bells is racist. Wow. Okay, let's look at the lyrics of Jingle Bells. Okay. I know it, but Jingle Bells lyrics. Okay. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the hills we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. Well, what fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle. What's racist about that? What the hell's racist about that? Do black folks not have horses? I have to beg to differ. They do. My goodness. Border refugee, I hadn't seen that one. Thank you for sharing that. Wow, that's crazy. I'd like to know, is there a refugee place in South Carolina? What do you mean, a refugee place? I don't know what that means, Jolene Potgieter. Do refugees go to South Africa? Yes, they do. They do. They do. Happily brilliant piece written by Flip by. Okay, I haven't seen that. I sent him an email with a video. So, with all you know, South African future prospects next 10 years, would you advise those who qualify to reapply to apply for refugee? Andrew, I can't make that statement. It depends on your personal situation. Lots of people, 6 million coloreds, 1.3 million Indians, and 2.8 million white South Africans qualify for the program. I'm not going to advise all of them to leave. It's up to your individual circumstances. That's not what I'm here for. Boston professor is an idiot. Gordon's Bay and Beach Road is twitching. Oh, that's cool, Philip. Oh, that's where we find Philip at, the Gordon's Bay area. I like Gordon's Bay. Yep. Cool beans. My concern, as soon as the brand are built and everything is going well, you get to check for nil. Huh. USRP offered me the option of Durban. Okay, well, whatever it means, no one's actually confirmed they've had an interview there, if that's what you're talking about. So if you do, you can be the first to confirm it. That'd be helpful. Boston University professor. Yeah, well, it's Boston. So, yeah, I nearly went to Boston University for grad school. Almost went there. I applied, and then the Army sent me back to the intelligence corps, so I couldn't go to school. They weren't paying for it anymore. So I wound up paying for it with my veterans assistance and out of my pocket. Yeah, my grad degree actually was a pretty big bargain. Now, I think it cost me about $12,000. Yeah, I think that's about what I paid for it in a year, $12,000. So it was well worth it, though. I mean, it was a good program. Yep. Got to run. Thanks for the factual reporting. Good weekend to you all. You're very welcome, Border Refugee. Actually, that reminds me, I've got to, now that I have speed, if it stays, I need to do the rugby. So I need to go get the lineups for starters. Okay, let's get the lineups. So, okay, all news. What's this? Bulls lose baby box start injury. Oh, that's a shame. Top 100 men's players, all black wizard rank higher than Bachmeister. Really? Sasha wins top players award after brilliant year. That must be a South Africa award. Uh-oh. Stormers have an injury below. What's going on here? Jonathan Roche was ruled out for 6 to 8 weeks with a knee injury. Oh, man. Well, that sucks. 6 to 8 weeks, that is not good. Not good. Okay, I'm looking for the lineups here. Montpellier versus Zebra. Leicester. Oh, they're doing individual games now? Usually just list them all. I don't see any of the... Oh, gosh. The lineups here. I'm looking for the lineups. Oh, here's the Stormers one. Usually they have all the lineups in a list here, but they don't. All right, well, I'll look at the Stormers. Let's see what the Stormers have got. Okay, they load up a Springboks now. So they're playing Stade Rochelet, which is a tough one. And that's in Nelson Mandela Bay. Stormers won 5 straight, so but they have been some dicey wins in a couple of cases here. Where's the lineup? Here's the lineup. Okay, Warwick Holland at fullback, Dylan Mart at right wing, Rodnell, Jonathan Roche, but Jonathan Roche is injured, so that's a change. Leyland Zoss on the left wing, Sasha Feinberg, Umzulu, Kobus Reinach, Evan Ruiz, Ben Jason Dixon, those are all Springboks. Paul Delliers, J.D. Schickerling, Salma Morat, Springbok, Nathan Fouché, Andre Hugo Fente, and Ntukum Kunu. Replacements off the bench, J.J. Kotze, Ali Kebel, Sazi Sandi, Connor Evans, Ruan Ackerman, Marcel Tinnison, Imrad Khan, and Vandasili Similani. Yeah, so that's in the morning. On Saturday, it's a game I'll be covering, among others. So, yep. Anyway, cool beans. Jake White brought Pollard for the game plan. He had mine. Now Ackerman has a fly half who doesn't play the way he wants to play. Yeah, okay. Chris, what are like the elite schools? Like, did you ever come across people that went to Georgetown? A lot of people that's went there, rich people, Syracuse. Yeah, no, I know people. I've worked with people who went to Georgetown, Yale, Princeton, Harvard, Bucknell. Yeah, Columbia, all those schools. I know people at those schools. Many of them aren't nearly as impressive as people think they are. Trust me, they're not. Some are, but many of them aren't. Yeah. So Johns Hopkins has the School of Advanced International Studies, SAIS, and they expose people to some really good stuff. It's a pretty good program, but it's left-leaning. So a Bulls fan, but the Stormers had a 5-year rebuilding plan. It's already paying off. Yep. Yes, Dirk. And in the meantime, that 5-year plan, they won a championship, and then they got to the final in the second year, and they got the playoffs in the third year. So yeah, their plan was good. They're already performing. That first year was amazing. They beat the Bulls in Cape Town on that first year in the URC. Borif, she's got to go. The wind at G Bay is intense. Gordons Bay. It can be. Exactly. A lot of people said they've been offered Durban. Nobody's confirmed they've actually been interviewed there. You and Alden can sing Jingle Bells together. No. We've done that. Enough of that nonsense. I'll sit it out next time. Interviews, I understand why the program needs to slow down during the holidays. These people deserve rest. Well, there also aren't going to be anything around, just another girl. They're going to be around. They're taking a break. Yep. So, yep. The RSC, I'm not sure how long they work into the holidays. Yep, so, yeah, sorry, I was thinking about something happened earlier. It's kind of pissed me off. But RC and Americaners, I haven't been touching Americaners for a while. I did report the other day that the Project X said they had shipped their first pets. I mean, I saw pets in crates. I'll take them at their word, but I don't know that they've actually arrived in America or something like that, because they should have arrived by now. But I commented on it and congratulated them, and I went back and my comment was deleted. Or it was missing. Maybe I just couldn't find it. Maybe it wasn't deleted, but I couldn't find it. Yeah, just another girl. I need rest because I'm doing an interview in the morning, then I have a long drive ahead of me tomorrow. Can I start a trade school training people on Bokermakung and welding? I don't know what that Bokermakung is. Start a trade school? I mean, I suppose you could start a trade school, but that's not an easy thing to do. There's a lot more bubbling on the surface at Loftus than just blaming and getting rid of Jake. Players might be running the show and not the coaching team. I think you're right, Dirk. That was something Jake was fighting, and so a Boilermaker. Okay, thank you, a Boilermaker. I was like, okay, what the hell what's a Boykin maker? Got it. Yeah, I've been working nonstop, Philip. They deserve a break. Yeah, well, that's true. But yep. Let me look at my mail and see if anything crazy's come into my email from people today. I'll go here. No, that's not the right one. Let me start canceling some of these windows. They're pretty freaking... That's how many news windows I had open for earlier today. I didn't even get this far because it all died on me. Huh. I'll save those for later. Wrong window. Okay, let me go here now. Yeah, that'll work. That's in the inbox. All right, my recap of my photos, okay, for the year. All right, yeah, so someone wrote back to me, and yep, there's nothing you can do. That's correct. What's this? I will increase your channel organically by 1,000 subscribers. You can pay me in 3 steps after seeing the results. 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. Yeah, these people promise to grow your channel. Says that my SEO is not done, proper video tag is not used, and video description is also not good enough. Problem is I have AI that comes from Mr. Beast that tells me it is good enough. So, not that I'm a fan of Mr. Beast, but I think I will take Mr. Beast over whoever that is. The price of American authoritarianism. Oh my gosh, they're loving this. They're going crazy. Excuse me. Excuse me, folks. All right, so where are we at here? All right. Not sure how I missed that. Was where Pet left. Got to do some Googling now. Danielle, Project X is Nicole Feldman and those folks. They had a falling out with Petlift, or Petlift had a falling out with them, whatever the case is. And then there was this carping back and forth between the two groups, and that's largely why I haven't reported on these things. Plus, nothing really has been happening. But they claim they got the first pets, or I got pictures of pets in crates. So if that's true, congratulations. Not sure how they pulled that off, but congratulations. Yep. 2 days prior to the same traffic light, says Loretta. Yep. Well, that N2, they gave us the impression it was down in Gordon's Bay, but it was all the way up there by Jake Wall. Up past the airport. That's crazy. I drive that road all the time. I do. Yep. I know there is no word like refrigerator rhymes with alligator. There's a song called Alligator Stroll. Huh. Why is your GPS taking you on extremely dangerous routes? Yeah, the safest route option for Google Maps. Well, that's a problem. Google is supposed to fix that. But that's the only route. That's the Namibia, Cape Namibia Highway was that I'm calling it. You come in that Cape Namibia Highway, that's what that is. Not much you can do about it. Let me go to maps. Okay, and it's northwest of the airport in Cape Town. So let's go over here to Cape Town. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so that's the Route 7, which is the Cape Highway, is it not? Yep, it's the the Cape to Namibia Highway, Route 7. All right, so let's get back. Get Bird, that's a little high. Okay, let's go. So here's the airport. Yeah, so it's the M7 at that stage. Yep. So, yeah. Yep, goes right through Milnerton, or past Milnerton. So here's what it looks like. So there's the airport right there. Cape Town International is down there. And then you come to, and you go north. They were hit somewhere in here, if I'm not mistaken, or right up in here. But yeah, it's bad. There's Paro over there, Elsie's River, but it's in here somewhere. I think that's where there's a chicken lick in there. I think that's where they got hit, or she got murdered. But I don't know why she was going that way unless she was going into Cape Town and coming up here. I mean, most people would take the route directly. But I've driven all of these routes through here. There's Century City over there. Yeah, but this is the route I take, and then you have to slow down over here to go through these parts. It sucks. Edgemead, and this is dangerous. This part is dangerous over here. Oof. Got to be careful there. Yep. Before this point right here, you go north from there. That's all just zoom, going very fast. You can go very fast there, like 120. Yep. Yep. All that. So there's Blauberg Strand. Yep. All that. Killarney down to Edgemead. That's all pretty fast. So about that point, or right here. Yep, and I've gone that back way, Tigerberg. Yep, so I know that route. Daughter's GPS takes her on dangerous routes all the time. I joked the other day, she said her GPS is trying to kill her. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's near the airport, Loretta. Well, that's they initially said it was on the 2, which they gave us the impression it was there's that where's traffic lights? So I'm like, well, I mean, I was thinking the other end, the 2, it wasn't the 7. On the 2, it's down there by Gordon's Bay. Tried to hijack, and the husband just pushed through as far as he could. Yep. Waze. A lot of people like Waze. Yeah, there are a lot of issues on the road. Traffic is one of them. I don't mind taking a 20-kilometer detour. It means I come out alive on the other side, says Dirk. I'm with you on that. So when I was there during the taxi strike, it routed me through Mitchell's Plain. Because you run out of highway. If you're trying to get down to Simonstown, you run out of highway, and there's no highways. Here, look. So you wind up going through towns. So you come down from Cape Town, if you go down this way, and that's what I should have gone, but it took me down here and went through Mitchell's Plains. And that's when they were, not murdering, but they were attacking the Coca-Cola trucks in Mitchell's Plains, about 2 blocks from where I was at. So yeah, it's just crazy. But there's the N2. The N2 runs all the way up past the airport. Yeah, so maybe they meant they got on the N2 and then went north and got jacked here by the N7, right in here, by above Epping. Anyway, it's really sad. There's Hout Bay. Oh, Hout Bay, beautiful. Chapman's Peak, been there, done that. Yep. Komiki Public Beach. Fish Hook, been there. Nordhook, been there. Simonstown, been there. Yep. Munzenberg, Bergfried, Constantia, Winberg, Rondebosch, all of them. Athlone. Kailicha, been there. Yep. Sir Lowry's Pass, yep. Gordon's Bay. So I've gone through Sir Lowry's Pass and also gone along the coast. Just amazing ride. But the roads were washed out last time I was there. It took forever to get around because you had to keep stopping because the road was narrow. To attend the grand. Yeah, I know. The birthday. It's tragic. It's horrible. Yep. Look. I'm not blaming the victim, but I mean, she had a purse on her and in view. You guys, you can't have stuff like that. You can't. It's just too tempting for these idiots. Yeah, sins left. I mean, why don't they have cops out patrolling these areas? I mean, they know they're hot spots, and people's going to say, "Well, they keep moving to different spots." So then you keep following them. Yikes! And he just stabbed her for a purse. I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous. There's no value to life. Anyway, all right, guys. I think that's pretty much enough for tonight. Now I need to get some sleep, and I'm getting interviewed by Chris 10 in the morning. And that'll be on Sunday on Biz News. So I want to do a good job for that. So, all right. Thank you very much. Be sure to hit the like button if you don't mind. I'd appreciate that. And we'll see a train ride from Cape Town to Simonstown. Is really relaxing, beautiful. I've never done that, Kathy. Never done that. I've never been on a train in South Africa. Been on a train in Morocco. That's the only place I've been on a train in Africa is Morocco. That's it. Yeah, first Shannon's ever saw us flying to Cape Town. I was utterly shocked. No, that's why I tell people, you come out of the Cape Town International Airport and you drive by informal housing. It's horrible. It's horrible. But South Africa's never changed that. Never changed it. And now we see things like the Tygerberg Raceway being destroyed. What a sad thing. Good night, everybody. Take care. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I'm glad my internet's back. Hopefully it'll stay up. You guys take care.